Alright, so at the time of recording this video, as you can see, I clearly still don't have my specs or the Orochimaru morph. And I like that, as you can see, I'm clearly sound and I'm A+. I'm the Otokage slash Orochimaru, if you didn't know. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to basically be telling you how I became Orochimaru and all the, well, the bad things happening to sound right now, and basically how it happened and why it was stupid. So basically, for you to understand the whole story, we'll have to go back to before I became Orochimaru, when I was simply just true Shirogane. So when I was true Shirogane, I was the highest rank. Not only the highest rank in Sand. I was obviously in the higher rank in Kage. I was the highest ranked non-spec user in Sand. But not only that, I was the highest ranked non-spec user in the game, period. I was, before I became a Orochimaru, I was a C, just a C flat. So, because of this, well, firstly, I was supposed to become, anyway, moving on. So, I was just grinding the game. I was really strong. No one really could have beat me in 1v1s. I was beating higher ranks than me, and people were noticing me fast. As you know, I was a good puppet user. That's why I like Shirogane. This was the first time I was ever Shirogane in the game, so I never had no idea how good I was gonna become with puppets. But no one really could have beat me. I've beat plenty high ranks. I've 1v1 the Sushi Kage and beat him. I've 2v1 like with the Sushi Kage and someone else fighting. Granted, the Arkage was on my team, but he died pretty fast. Well, Arkage at the time. And I had the 2v1 and I won the 2v1. It wasn't really nothing to it. He's not really that good in my opinion. I'm not sure if he's still the Sushi Kage, but yeah. Anyway, back to the story. Wait, I lied. Before we get too deep into the story, I just like to say, like the video, subscribe, and comment down below if you think what I did was right or wrong. I'm gonna be leaving the Discord to the game and the game link in the description, and also the link to my Discord, Chuchi's Discord. So what happened was, I was a C- at the time. I just ranked up to C, and I look in the Discord and they were having a tournament for the Orochimaru specs, right? So I was like, I'ma just show up, because I was supposed to become Hokage, but that's a story for another time. So I showed up to the Orochimaru tournament, and the first thing they started off with was a free-for-all. Now, as I told you, I was the highest rank non-spec user in the game, and at the time in the free-fall we can use whatever we want. And it's not like I had any busted jutsus. I was literally a Shirogane with clone jutsu, puppets, shadow clone, and lightning web. The other two moves what I had to get before getting lightning web was not even in my toolbox. So it's not like I was using any other like OP moves. So just to get that out of the way, so people don't feel like, oh, he's busted, he have to spam specs. Nah, I was just good with puppets, and people weren't, yeah. So I show up to there, and basically mostly everyone eliminated from the free fall. I eliminated, right? It came to a point in time during the free fall where it was basically like everyone was saying True won, because I was literally taking out everyone, and there was literally no one else fighting. I was standing still, and everyone else who was executed was just standing on the sidelines. But apparently, there was 4 or 5 other dudes, and they were hiding. They basically was together. They were hiding together. I don't know if they were just hiding, but all of them came out of nowhere. So the owner of the game was hosting the tournament. So this how you know that they were hiding. I was standing out in the middle of the battlefield. I have executed everyone else. He announced, like, it showed up on the screen that True won the tournament. True is now Orochimaru. While after saying this, 4 or 5 other dudes, I think it was five. It was 5 other dudes. All of them popped out at one time, and they were like, "We weren't eliminated yet." So they all attacked me at once. Now they had me like in a slight infinite combo. I was at half HP, right? So now I'm at half HP. I had a clone jutsu placed like we were fighting close to sound base, but it was like a mountain, like in the middle of the battlefield. It was something like this, something like this. And I had a clone placed on top of it. So if you didn't know, well, I don't have clone jutsu anymore. But if you place clone jutsu and you use a clone and you go far away, no matter how far away you is, as long as the clone's still alive, once you use clone jutsu again, you and the clone will swap places. You will go to wherever the clone was, and the clone will disappear. So I did that, and then I came back down, and we were fighting, right? But they had to emergency shut down the game for some reason. So they read everyone, and the game was shut down. I know you're like, what does this have to do with the story? But you just keep listening. So now they came back and it was like everyone who survived the free for all standing side by side. It was me and 5 other dudes. So it's 6 of us in total. So he's like, we're gonna do 2v2s. So that means it's 3 teams of 2. So I got put on team with a dude named False. Keep that in mind, it's very important for the story. So first match rolled around, we're fighting I guess his name was Hozuki. He was kinda good. He jumps a lot. So that was really his downfall in the fight against me. Like I kept air countering him. But I won. As soon as the match started, like pretty fastly, he got knocked. Like really, really fastly. And it became a 2v1. But during this tournament, you have to get executed to be out. So False got knocked and I was 2v1ing. I knocked the person who I was fighting in the meantime while False was getting folded. And I executed him, right? I came just in time while False was getting executed and I stopped him from getting executed. And the person who False was fighting, he wasn't really that good. Like I boxed him up and we won the first round. I'm not gonna sit here and be like I perfected him. Nah, I was low because as I said, at a point in time I was 2v1. I won when I executed the last person. I was like at 25% HP left. So we won that, and as I said, it's only 3 teams. So they healed us, and then we only could have used taijutsu. So yeah, so they healed us, and we go to the next fight. So we fighting again. False actually beat the person he was fighting this time. It was still close, and I folded the person who I was fighting. I was fighting a Hoshigaki. He was good. I'm not even gonna lie. He was good, but I think I won that fight like on 75 or 50% HP. I won. And when I came back, I hit the person who False was fighting with one combo, and he got knocked because False had him low. So this is how you know that I basically carried in the free fall, and I carried during most of our fights. We only had 2 fights, obviously, but I definitely did carry in the first fight, and I was MVP at the second fight. When it came time, they was like, okay, True team won. True automatically became. I automatically became Orochimaru. It wasn't like me and False 1v1 for Orochimaru. Nah, I was insty. By the way, not False. I'm saying False. I'm sorry. It's Karma. I'm stupid, right? Karma became Kabuto. I became Orochimaru because obviously I carried during the tournament, and he became Kabuto because he was my teammate during the tournament. During the tournament, he was a really cool dude. I really got along with him. So now I become Orochimaru. I still haven't been whitelisted for my specs, as you can see, but I'm Orochimaru, and this is where the rest of the game gets very, very, very iffy. Right, just making sure I'm still recording. This is where everything happened. Now you know the backstory of me becoming Orochimaru. Now I can basically tell you everything else and leading up to what's happening now. So basically what had happened was after I became Orochimaru, I had to pick the sound 4 of the 5 people the 5 other people who participated, right? It was 5 of the people who participated. One didn't make it to the 2v2s because obviously Kabuto, they selected my Kabuto for me, right? So now I picked the sound for the 5 losers, the 5 other people who lost, and there. So that's the first place where they went wrong. They didn't let me pick the sound for like people who I knew and trusted. They just made me pick like 4 randoms to be basically the strongest in my village. And yeah, I basically had to pick 4 randoms now. I would say the sound 4 I'm cool with. They are cool dudes. I got to know them. They're cool. My problem here is solely with Kabuto. So Kabuto is friends, I guess IRL or Discord friends with the Akatsuki. I'm sure it's Itachi and Kisame, right? Now I can show screenshots to box this up. Actually, we're gonna go into the chat when we get there, right? So I become Orochimaru and Kabuto or Itachi. We were in sound base, right? All of us. Itachi shows up to the door and was like, open sound base, please. So I let him in because I've seen him before. He's a really cool dude. I had no problem with him.